Hi there. So this is our first demo for working with value and creating value scales. So you'll want to keep in mind that value is the lightness or darkness of a color, and we add value to drawings and artworks and paintings and things like that because it gives a sense of depth and dimension to your work, and it makes your drawing look a little more realistic. It can add contrast to make things pop out a little more. So it's really super important. We're going to start with a value scale for this demo today. And so the first thing you want to do is draw 3 of the same shape, same size, and you kind of want them in a line. I'm just going to do sort of a rectangle here, and I'm actually going to split my rectangle up into like 3 different boxes that are about the same size. And I'm going to label them. I want light, medium, and dark. So the first thing I'm going to show you is how to do the value scale in pencil. If you don't have a pencil, all you have is markers or ink or pen of some sort, just hold tight. I'm going to show you how to do the same thing with ink in just a moment. So with pencil, you're going to want to start in the middle. You're going to want to start with that medium box, and you're going to work in layers. So you're going to shade all in one direction, not pushing super hard, but not pushing super light, because you want to get a middle value, a middle gray. And I'm going to shade all in one direction, fill the whole box, and then I'm going to switch directions, and I'm going to do the exact same thing. Same amount of pressure, all in one direction. But the reason I switched directions is that's going to help smooth things out. You can see it's getting a little bit darker without getting too dark too fast. So working in layers like that is going to give you a lot more control. And like I said, it helps kind of fill things in and keep everything nice and smooth. Once you have your medium, now you're going to move to the light box. Same deal, except this time you want to use a lighter pressure. You don't want to push as hard. Sometimes it takes a little longer to fill it in. You can notice that I'm kind of using the side of the pencil, not the point. That helps fill things a little faster. And then I'm going to turn it and I'm going to go in the opposite direction again, still not pushing super hard. Lighter values are really difficult to get nice and smooth, so do the best that you can. You really only need 2 layers of that one though. And then in my last box, in my darker box, I'm going to continue with that layers. So I'm going to go all in one direction. You can push a little harder this time, but you don't want to push as hard as you possibly can, because that causes problems if you mess up, if you need to erase. Sometimes you get too dark. And then I'm going to switch and go in the other direction. I can do multiple layers now this time since I have, I'm going darker. You can see it's getting a little bit darker, a little more filled in every single time. I can even go diagonal to build it up as dark as I can without pushing as hard as I can, because it just ends up hurting your hand too. When I'm done, I want to double check. Can I tell the difference between every single box? Can I see that one is lighter than the other? If not, I can go back and add layers to my medium and dark until I can see those differences. Now, as far as doing the same thing with pen, I'm going to draw my boxes, and I'm going to start in my medium again. This time though, I'm going to use lines. You could also use dots, and I'm going to fill my box with lines. They don't need to be super straight. I don't want them super close together, and I don't want them super far apart. The other thing that I could do is dots. Same deal, not super close together, not super far apart. So here's my medium box. In my light box, my lines are going to be farther apart this time because I don't want them super, the farther apart, the lighter it's going to seem. And then in my dark box, now they're going to be really close together. There is another video coming up that's going to show you more about using marks to get value, whether you're working with ink or with pencil. Kind of outline where my boxes are. Just like before, I'm going to take a step back. Can I tell the difference between my medium box, my dark box, and my light box? My medium box could probably use a couple more so that you can really see the difference between the 3. once you have these, you can move on to demo 2. Make sure you take pictures of all of your practices this week and upload them. And if you have questions, let me know.